everybody and welcome back to the internet's best reactions. Today we are talking, discussing, crying, being emotional over the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Oh God, I was hoping we weren't going to have another one of these so soon. My heart can only take so much. Your reactions were amazing. Let's dive into them right now. At Stomp_NL, Checo era at Red Bull. Yes, Checo flew off the line. Of course, outqualified Max Verstappen yesterday and has been on a serious run of form, it has to be said, in that Red Bull car. And he overtook Leclerc into turn one. Now, I thought Charles could have done a bit more, maybe, to protect the inside line, but maybe he thought he'd get there first and it would be fine to just hang it round the outside. It didn't happen. He locked up and Perez took the lead. And you're thinking, okay, Sergio, driving away at the first part of the stint as well. Game on for the championship. Probably not number one driver though. At Hurricane Barca, Checo straight into the lead. I've never seen this gif before. I don't know where it's from and it's pretty incredible, especially if you're a Checo fan. But yeah, he was brimming with confidence coming into this weekend. As I said in the previous tweet, not the number one driver though, because he got told to not fight Verstappen, and fair enough, he didn't. But I'm loving this new Sergio. He's a brilliant factor for this championship, especially if Max has a few bad races in the near future. At Potstava, Lewis behind Gasly with DRS. It wasn't too much trauma though. I think there was trauma for Hamilton around the bouncing, the porpoising that the Mercedes was suffering with. Lewis literally getting out of the car was, well, really struggling to get out of it. He just genuinely could not haul his body out of his cockpit. And I know a lot of people are going, oh, there needs to be changes, but Mercedes just need to make changes, if anything. You don't really see other drivers struggling to get out the cockpit as much as you did with Hamilton. So Mercedes clearly causing an uncomfortable drive, but allowing for the Mercedes to be quick enough to secure P3 and 4 like they did today. At Nah So Small, a glimpse inside the mind of Nicholas Latifi. He had a penalty right at the start of the race. I think he had a penalty later on in the race as well. I think he was about 50 odd seconds behind anyone. I don't know what's happened to Latifi. I know he hasn't been the greatest driver on the grid, but by no stretch has he been this bad. And you have to say, he does not deserve a seat next year. We need a newer, fresher talent in Formula 1 to take that seat. At Semi_Moronic, Latifi in every race this season. I don't want to say that he's standing on all of those rakes because the team member actually being on the grid past the allocated time they're allowed to be there, that's not his fault. But he has brought a lot on him this season, I will admit that. At Saraz Verma, lap 4, Sainz, Red Bull is quick. Yeah, Sainz was just being dropped off a little bit, wasn't he, at the start of the race, and then just heartbreak. Not just for Carlos Sainz, but Ferrari as a whole. And I'm totally okay. Look into my eyes. Do I look okay? Yes, I do. At FLX MML, again. Is that an M&M advert? I don't actually know, but it is painful. Absolutely. Oh, I don't know. Carlos Sainz fans, let me know how you're feeling so far this season. He has had a lot of bad luck. He has brought some of it upon himself. But he also hasn't had his fair share of good luck either. So it must be very difficult being a Carlos Sainz fan. I can tell you for free, being a Leclerc fan, it is very difficult to just stomach what is going on this season. So much hope, but there's so much pain. At A_living_cake. Yes, I'm a 19-year-old Ferrari fan. How did you know? The aging process. Trust me. If you ever see anyone with beautiful skin who's... Well, no, let's talk about Tommy. He's got a baby face and he's like 32, 33 years old. He looks about 20. That's what happens when you're a Red Bull fan. You have Sebastian Vettel dominance. You have Max Verstappen now winning championships. You don't age. If you're a Ferrari fan, you look like this. At Stefan35120718, Charles waiting for the mechanic to remove the front jack. Now, of course, there was this big moment in the race where Leclerc was second, but pitted under the safety car. which allowed him fresh tyres for a reasonably free pit stop. Of course, he had a slightly slow, 3 seconds slower, I think it was, than normal pit stop there, but it didn't really matter too much because he essentially got a very cheap pit stop behind the VSC. And then the 2 Red Bulls pit, and he's leading. And you're thinking, this is a fascinating Grand Prix now. You've got Leclerc on slightly older hard tyres, the 2 Red Bulls behind on much fresher hard tyres. Will Leclerc pit again? There was so many unanswered questions. Obviously, I was in the belief that Ferrari had actually done the right strategy call there. Maybe would have had to pit again, but would have had unbelievably fresh tyres towards the end of the race. It was looking fascinating, and we were robbed. Absolutely robbed. There's another Sainz meme, at Greeny134. Win a race or draw 25. Carlos just needs to get that duck off his back. You know, he just needs to win a race, get rid of all that pressure off of his shoulders. And I think he'll drive so much better. We've seen so many awesome drives from him at McLaren, outperforming Lando Norris, you know, a lot of the time. But it's just that Ferrari pressure of having a race-winning car just seems to be getting to him a little bit. And it's sad. You just need to get that win out the way and he'll be fine. At F1meme_show, Ferrari master plan. Lose the start. No chance in P2 and P4. Retire Sainz due to technical issues. VSC. Pit Leclerc to get track position over the Red Bulls. I think it was actually the master plan, but not with the memeable B. It actually was a master plan from Ferrari until they didn't have a working engine. Or a working BBW, brake-by-wire. How have Red Bull gone from like the meme and, oh, they can't finish a race. Now it's Ferrari. And the thing is, they're now going to take more penalties because everything keeps failing, which means they're going to have to replace it for a weekend. And it's... there's more pain coming, Ferrari fans. I can feel it. Now, this was probably the coolest moment. Actually, not probably. Definitely the coolest moment of the weekend. At bald_pig_cool. 10 out of 10 donut from Vettel. 2 out of 10 track re-entry. We saw so many drivers go off in free practice and having to do reverse and 5-point turns and all kinds of stuff. Vettel, in the middle of a race, going down probably one of the most narrow runoff areas, just does the greatest little spin turn you've ever seen. He probably lost about 7 or 8 seconds, whereas usually, you know, you see in free practice, maybe take him half a minute to get out of there. Vettel, although the track re-entry was a little bit sketchy with Tsunoda, was just about okay, rejoins and on his way to a great result even after that. Sebastian Vettel, you've had a great result, and also we have some amazing content coming out with him next week, so stay tuned for that. I should probably mention we were doing our Twitch watch-alongs. So if you're wondering where our watch-alongs have gone and our live streams, we're over on Twitch now, so there's a link in the description. Go and follow us on there. We did our first ever race watch-along, and it was, I mean, as you can imagine, you saw my reaction to Leclerc retiring in complete live form, and it was about, there were so many people that flooded into the stream just to see me being emotional. But yeah, go follow our Twitch. At TYeezyF1, George Russell quietly in P4 like, I love that Mr. Bean meme. I do. You know it. You know me. But that did make me laugh a lot. Probably runner-up, Todd Yates. So well done. But yeah, runner-up for Tweet of the Week this time. But yeah, really good stuff. At Martin Gamer, Red Bull to Sergio. No fighting. Oh, yep. What do we think of that? What do we think of the team orders? Kind of team orders. You know, no fighting is an order from the team, don't get me wrong. It's not let Max through, but Sergio made it quite easy. I thought he would have defended the inside, to be honest, but to be fair, his tyres were gone. He does play the team game very well, Sergio, so I'm not angry, but what do we think to Red Bull coming over and saying no fighting? Is it because they're scarred from the Ricciardo Verstappen incident into turn 1? Probably a little. Okay, moving on now to a Fernando Alonso meme. Of course, you know, there's always going to be one at least in every race. At humorus_. The Alonso has arrived in Baku. He was backing people up, wasn't he? Especially with his rocket ship in the back of that Alpine. They went for serious straight line speed this weekend. They were terrible in most corners, but they were very quick down the straight, so it made them very difficult to overtake. But it wasn't as big of a train as we saw in Monaco. Right, let's talk about Leclerc actually retiring then, and the memes flooded in the amount of, oh, Matt doing this, Matt seeing Leclerc retire. We got one here, at Marks and Ad. Matt, after seeing Leclerc retire, if I had ice cream, I would have eaten it on the watch along and you would have seen crying profusely, but I managed to hold it in just about. The thing is, right, I remember Charles Leclerc being 34 points ahead in the championship. He is now 34 points behind in the championship. How has pain hit us so early, Ferrari fans? How has it gone down the toilet so quickly? I don't know. I thought they'd maybe throw it away at some point. But this quickly? Hopes and dreams aren't meant to be shattered so soon. At Money Streams, live footage of Matty WTF1. If I had a Ferrari beanie, I would wear it. Don't have one. I don't actually have much Ferrari merch, but the rest of it is pretty much true. That's a big chair, though, if I manage to get my feet up like that. Anyway, sidetracked. Sadness. Now, I love this GIF, so I'm going to include it, even though it gives me pain. At Kirby Hilda. Red Bull strategists after a Ferrari double DNF. It was so easy for them, wasn't it? The team radios from Verstappen. Him going, oh, I'm going to do a 47.0. Strategists are like, no, I want you to do a 47.5. And then Red Bull, then Max is like, oh, no, but my tyres are going to get too cold. And they're like, okay, go do a 47.0 then. No problem. They're just having a chin wag like it's a free practice session. Far too easy when both the Ferraris were out. At 7th Tom, live footage of Lewis Hamilton in Baku. It probably wasn't far away from that, to be honest. It looked incredibly uncomfortable, and I wouldn't want to be Lewis Hamilton's back going into Montreal, which is literally next weekend. Now, I was just talking about Alpine, and I've got a meme to support it. At Settled L, Alpine on the straights. They were a rocket ship. Will they go for the same in Montreal? We'll have to find out. We'll have to wait and find out. That's what I meant. At _Charlotte_Hurt, Mick and Bottas as the only remaining Ferrari-powered cars left in the race. I actually saw someone in Twitch chat say, oh, why all the Mick slander? He's the second highest Ferrari-powered car. 4 Ferrari-powered cars out with DNF reliability issues. Doesn't bode well, does it, Ferrari fans? I would not be surprised now if Mercedes beat Ferrari in the championship. I just wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I'm in pain. Who has won Tweet of the Week? Right, Tweet of the Week time now, and as much as this gives me serious emotional issues, we're going to award it anyway, because look, I'm not going to allow my emotions to get in the way of a great meme. At Ronnie Issad wins an amazing Fanatec prize with This Just Explains It. The horse has left the Ferrari badge. Yep, good, moving on. A man that was having a pretty good race up until some technical issues was Yuki Tsunoda. At Cyrus78271307. Yuki car right now. There were so many of you that came in with this GIF. So many. But yeah, sad times for Yuki that he had to pit and basically out of the points position because he was running in a really strong position. He was behind Gasly, don't get me wrong, but still really good in that AlphaTauri. But then they just stuck gaffer tape on it, didn't they? And to be fair, the FIA were like, yeah, no worries. Bit of sellotape, that's fine. Even though a lot of people were going, it looks a bit dodgy. But it stayed on the car, so it was fine. Another meme for this, at Huevo Asesino 2, AlphaTauri mechanics repairing Yuki's DRS. Yep, those were the two main GIFs, and I loved both of them. We started with some Latifi memes, and we're going to end with Latifi memes as well. At FVB2309, Latifi versus Blue Flags. The Williams drivers just think that Blue Flags are maybe them supporting the Williams drivers. I don't know. But of course you had, in Monaco, Albon going, well, actually, Leclerc was better to stay behind me. Okay, so I could ignore those blue flags because I was faster. And then Latifi like, nah, don't care. Blue flags, whatever. At PopandCast5, Lewis Hamilton during the post-race interview. Yeah, he's going to be hurting. He's not a young whippersnapper. He's not like George Russell who's just chilling in the podium room, having a drink. Yeah, my back's fine. Yeah, Lewis is going to be hurting over the next few days, I think. And finally, to wrap up your memes, at Mike Munye, the Ferrari hype train. Yeah, I agree. Good. Maybe if we lose hope, that's when they start performing. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
It's time for Social Media Team Championship.
Social Media Team Championship time now. Let's see who has scored points for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. In third place, we have Alfa Romeo Orlen. Good luck in practice, Francesco Bernoulli. Of course, lots of memes around their livery this weekend. So well done, Alfa Romeo. You saw the jokey side, and you get a point. In second place, we have Mercedes AMG F1. Did Pierre Gasly like that? Maybe not this time. Of course, that was when Hamilton overtook Gasly, if you didn't get the context. Good stuff. And finally, the winners of the Social Media Team Championship by a country mile are AlphaTauri F1, liked by Pierre Gasly. I love them. I love that the social media team have decided to make that a meme, like a proper meme with Pierre actually doing it. Great stuff. Maximum points. That's 1 point for Alfa Romeo, 2 points for Mercedes, and 3 points for AlphaTauri.
And now it's time for Race Rundown with your host, Matthew Gallagher.
Right, race rundown time now. Let's do it. I'm really hot in this room and I'm starting to flag, so this could take a while. Here we go. The finishers of the race. See, I'm running out of words. Verstappen, Perez, Russell, Hamilton, Gasly, Vettel, Alonso, Ricciardo, Norris, Ocon, Bottas, Alonso. Oh no! Verstappen, Perez, Russell, Hamilton, Gasly, Vettel, Alonso, Ricciardo, Norris, Ocon, Bottas, Albon, Tsunoda, Schumacher, Latifi, Stroll. Wow. Apparently deliriousness and tiredness works well. And the non-finishers were Magnussen, Zhou, Leclerc, Sainz. Magnussen, Zhou, Leclerc, Sainz. Don't care. Don't care about the non-finishers. Moving on. Right, that is it. Thank you so much for watching the internet's best reactions to me crying. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I can't take any more Ferrari DNFs, so please stop, Ferrari, and please start performing. Hashtag WTF1 if you want to get involved next time and potentially win an amazing Fanatec prize. Until then, we are on Twitch, so go follow us on there, link in the description. Lots of live streams coming your way over the course of, well, pretty much forever. Not forever, but in the meantime. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you for the podcast. If you're a Team WTF1 member, you'll be able to watch it live tomorrow. If not, it will be on Tuesday on YouTube, and lots of other stuff as always. Goodbye!